with the Chicago Cubs, and we are getting ready to go into the playoffs. The Cubs, unfortunately, are not going to make it to the playoffs this year. Uh, they finished with a terrible. They finished well. They finished out of the playoffs, and unfortunately, our I kind of figured it would happen. So, the fact that it happened is not a surprise on me. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead quickly kind of give everybody a run through. Pretty much, we did all right. I mean, we called up a few players. I'm going to show some statistics here real quick, and then we're going to go over a couple of things that happened. So, Dansby Swanson led the team, an average of 303. Luis Arias ended up finishing at a 293 average, and a really good additional pickup for us as we got further into the season. You see Seiya Suzuki hit 283, Nico Horner hit 272, Ian Happ hit 267, Madrigal hit 256. Matt Mervis, who we ended up calling up, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was before the September call-ups. Yeah, it was before the September call-ups. He ended up hitting 256. Diego Caratini, who we ended up calling up during the September call-ups, ended up hitting 246 for the little bit of time he got to play. He got 18 games in, and he got to hit 246. We did bring up the rookie, our big prospect, Pete Crow Armstrong. He only hit 105. He only had 19 at-bats, and he managed to get 2 hits and 19 at-bats. Getting him a little bit of experience on a major league roster, it shows me that he needs more time to get himself right. Let's see, I think that's about it. We got position players. Pitchers, Justin Steele finished with the best record of our pitchers at 17-7. He had a 3.17 ERA, a 123 WHIP. He had 22 quality starts, 1 complete game, 1 shutout, and he had a WAR of 2.6. Jameson Taillon finished with a better WAR of 2.7. But Taillon managed to go 14-12 on the year. He had 143 strikeouts, a 3.63 ERA, 122 WHIP, so even a better WHIP than Steele. He had 17 quality starts, 3 complete games, 2 shutouts, and as I said, he had a WAR of 2.7. Drew Smiley, he went 12-11 on the year. He had an ERA of 5.12, a WHIP of 147. He had 12 quality starts, no complete games, no shutouts, and he finished with a WAR of 1.3. Jesus Luzardo, who we picked up in the trade, we picked up in the trade from Marcus Stroman. He ended up going 9-14 on the year with a 4.59 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP. He had 16 quality starts, 1 complete game, and he had a WAR of 1.7. So Kyle Hendricks went 6-10 on the year. He had a 4.33 ERA, a 121 WHIP. He had 11 quality starts, 1 complete game, and he had a WAR of 1.2. That's a I believe that does it. Yeah, that does it for all of our starting pitchers. Our relievers, we had Rowan Wick. He went 5-3 with a save and a 4.34 WHIP. 4.34 ERA, a 1.55 WHIP. He had 2 holds on the season. Didn't have any rolling saves, which is good. He had a WAR of .6. Anthony Kay had a WAR of .1. He went 5-2 on the year with a 4.22 ERA, a 1.58 WHIP. Michael Fulmer went 3-4 with a 2.83 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and a .9 WAR. Tyler Duffy went 3-3, 3.48 ERA, 1.43 WHIP with a .1 WAR. Keegan Thompson, who got called up, I believe during September call-ups. He got called up at one point. I don't remember when exactly. He went 2-1 with a 5.87 ERA, a 1.70 WHIP, a .2 WAR. Brad Boxberger. He went 0-3, but he had 49 saves, which actually netted him. Which actually netted him an award, which we will get to when we show off the awards here in a second. He had a 2.01 ERA, a 1.109 WHIP, and he had a WAR of .6. Cody Hewer had a WAR of .1. He went 0-4 with a 3.26 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. He did not have any saves, but take what you can get. Of course, they classify Mark Leiter as a closer, but he never really did the closing for me. Brad Boxberger did the closing. But now we're going to get into the awards. We're going to cover the National League. Pete Alonso won the MVP for the National League. He beat out Brian Reynolds and Nick Castellanos. Just judging by what happened, it looks like he won it based off of having more homers and more RBIs than Reynolds. Reynolds had a 3.11 ERA. Cy Young went to Sandy Alcantara. He won it for back-to-back years. He went 20-4 with a 1.71 ERA, 184 strikeouts. He beat Dustin May, who went 21-4, and Julio Urias, who went 16-5. Batting title went to Paul Goldschmidt. He hit .364 with 31 homers and 101 RBIs. He beat out Bryce Harper and Tyler Stevenson. Harper hit .320 with 41 homers, 93 RBIs. Stevenson hit .317, 31 homers, 98 RBIs. Reliever of the year, Brad Boxberger. Why? Because the man had 49 saves. He had 49 saves, 2.01 ERA with 45 strikeouts. He went 49 saves. He had 49 saves out of, quick math here puts it at 53 chances. He blew 4 saves. That's less than he blew last year with Milwaukee. That's the lowest number, other than Miami, but it's the lowest number he's had with at least 30 games since he had 8. They blew 8 when he was with Arizona in 2019 or 2018. It's the least amount of saves. 49 saves. That's awesome. He beats out Giovanni Gallegos and Devin Williams, who had 43 and 45 saves respectively. a 2.11 and a 2.14 ERA. Rookie of the year goes to Corbin Carroll. Honestly, not a surprise. He hit 261, 23 homers, 76 RBIs. He beat out Blake Sabol and Ellie De La Cruz. De La Cruz hit 222, 19 homers, 67 67 RBIs. Actually, you know what? Just because of his speed, I want to see how many stolen bases. 12, okay? He got caught 4 times, so I was curious. Hank Aaron Award goes to Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt wins it for back-to-back years. He beat out Bryce Harper and Ryan Reynolds. Gold Glove for the pitchers, Michael Wacha, JT Realmuto. He goes back-to-back on that one. Paul Goldschmidt, he gets 2 out of 3 years for it. He gets 2 in 3 years. He beats up Freddie Freeman and CJ Cron. Ozzy Albies ends up getting Gold Glove for second base. Nolan Arenado repeats for the Gold Glove at third. He beats out Ke'Bryan Hayes and John Segura. Tommy Edman wins it for shortstops. He beats out our own Dansby Swanson and Willie Adames of the Brewers. I'm guessing because he had more putouts, he got it. So I don't know. But Edmund keeps Swanson from going back to back. So Raimel Tapia wins Gold Glove for left field. He beats out Ian Happ and Rookie of the Year Corbin Carroll at a flawless fielding percentage. So it's not a surprise. Brandon Marsh gets the Gold Glove for center field. He beats out Michael Harris and Brandon Nimmo. Looking at the stats, I can kind of see why. He just had better numbers. Mookie Betts wins it for right field as he beats out Jake Fraley and Lane Thomas. Betts goes back-to-back as he won it last year as well. Silver Slugger, since we have DHs now, we're looking at, for now, the second year in a row, Nick Castellanos won it. He beat out Chris Taylor and Wilmer Flores. Honestly, can't say I'm surprised. We're going to Silver Slugger. Tyler Stevenson won it for the catcher. Pete Alonso won it for first baseman. Kept Paul Goldschmidt from going back to back. Thairo Estrada won it for second baseman. He beat out Nolan Gorman, and then the Cubs' newest addition, Luis Arraez, who finished third. Austin Riley won it for third baseman. He beat out Manny Machado and Nolan Arenado. Riley gets his second Silver Slugger in 3 years. Xander Bogaerts won the Silver Slugger for shortstops. He beat out Trey Turner and Dansby Swanson. Ryan Reynolds won Silver Slugger for outfielders. He beat out Kyle Schwarber and Fernando Tatis Jr. Mookie Betts, he beat out Schwarber and Tatis. And then Bryce Harper. So Harper, oh wow. I wonder. I'm thinking it's the homers and the RBIs. A little surprised about that, but that's it. That's all the postseason awards for the National League that we have. We'll move over to the American League. MVP ended up being Yordan Alvarez. He beat out Shohei Ohtani and Brandon Lowe. Ohtani did win Cy Young. He went 18-7, 2.26 ERA with 241 strikeouts. So, Mike Trout won the batting title. He hit .361. He he won it by a decent margin because Aaron Judge finished second with 333. Reliever of the year was Aaron Loup. He had 50 saves, a 143 ERA, and 31 Ks. He beat out Liam Hendricks and Ryan Priestley. Oh, Josh Jung won Rookie of the Year. He hit 242 with 20 homers, 61 RBIs. He beat out Astros starting pitcher Hunter Brown, who went 12-4 to 455 ERA. And he beat out Kyle Manzuro from the Tampa Bay Rays. Mike Trout won the Hank Aaron Award. Gold Glove for pitchers, Bailey Orber won it for the pitchers. Adley Rutschman won it for the catchers. Christian Walker. Oh, is this the same Christian? Yep. Wow. Christian Walker won Gold Glove for first baseman. Jonathan Scope won it for second. Jace Peterson won it for third. Shortstop was Jeremy Pena. He went back-to-back years, and it's been 3 years in a row that an Astros won a Gold Glove in short. Oswalt Cabrera won a Gold Glove in left field. He beat Steve Kwan and Masakata Yoshida. Miles Straw won it in center. He won back-to-back years. And Adolis Garcia won it for right field. He beat out Teoscar Hernandez and Kyle Tucker. Silver Slugger went to Jordan Alvarez. Salvador Perez won the Silver Slugger for catchers. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. won it for first baseman. Brandon Lau won it for second. Jose Ramirez won it for third baseman, 2 years in running. Bo Bichette won it for shortstops. He killed Xander Bogaerts' 2-year winning streak. Mike Trout won a Silver Slugger for outfielders. Aaron Judge won one, and Byron Buxton won one. And then, of course, we've got the MVP awards. We got playoff awards going on. We do have some good news for a minor league squad. Our AA team was actually good enough to actually not have to play until this coming round because we won our division in both halves of the season. So we actually will be playing Biloxi, and we will see how that goes. We will see how that goes. So we will be playing Biloxi. We're actually going to get that kick started. We want to see what happens. So let's see. We won game 1, 8-4. We lost game 2, 10-0. Game 3, we are down by a run at the top of the 9th inning. Now let's see what happens. Alright, looks like they beat us 1-0. Let me see. Yes. So we're down 2-1. If we lose this next game, we're probably done. And, we got a shutout going in the bottom of the 8th inning. We've got 2 runners on. We got DJ Hertz on the plate, up on the mound. We're trying to avoid elimination. So we're going to jump in here. I'm going to see if we can stave off elimination of course game 5.
John Shelby alongside Chris Singleton. We'd like to welcome those just tuning in on the show for a live look at. You're right on time. DJ Hertz back out to start the 8th with a shutout in the works.
I would like to know what the hell that was, but I'm afraid to ask. I am terrified to ask. So we're gonna get up Riley Thompson. just for some insurance.
Line drive down the line, and it's foul.
We want to get a strikeout
we might be running
here.
out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
Got him swinging for the strikeout.
All right, so we got a strikeout.
Pitch in the dirt.
DJ Hurts there getting
here's
the
Alex
strikeout.
Jackson. That one misses. 1-0.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Ooh, we got
Next
him.
offering is in for a strike. Ground ball right side, could be 2. To second for 1. Return throw to first. Double play. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Ninth inning coming up. The Smokies on top 2-0.
Tennessee looking to force game 5 here.
Now on the bump, J.C. Mejia. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise.
The mound for the Chuckers.
Now the third baseman, Levi Jordan.
Levi Jordan coming up.
The
You
pitch.
see that rain just falling behind him. It's a beautiful.
Misses off the inside.
It's an interesting sight.
Back to the mound.
Oh, that's by the pitch with the
Whips it to
second
first on
baseman.
the run. One up, one down.
Got
Well, I'm
him.
impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
That was a nice throw.
And now here is Moises Ballesteros.
Moises Ballesteros.
That one the other way.
Got that one down
So they
for
get
a
a man
base
aboard
hit.
with a 1-out single.
Nice. Nice. I was not sure how that was going to go, but that
Now
was
it's
nice.
the DH, Luis Verdugo. 1 for
We're going to
3.
go ahead and warm him up just in case we need him. So we got Luis Verdugo.
Tap back up the middle.
That might be a
Flips to
double
second.
play.
On to first, double
Okay,
play.
that is
And
a
that's
double
the inning.
play. Damn. Well, I thought it might
Bottom
be.
of the
but I
ninth
wasn't
coming
sure.
up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break.
All right. Let's
We
see.
head to the bottom of the ninth.
Oh, he's
The
at
batter will
90
be
pitches.
shortstop,
Okay.
number 11.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have him ready and waiting in case something goes
The
nuts.
pitch.
Seeing it, he's 90, and we're working on a
Right there.
shutout here.
This guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
Ground ball up the middle. A dive. Nice stop. Nicely done for the out.
Ooh, got him.
This defense came to play tonight. We're seeing some awesome pitching, but a huge part of this shutout so
I was
far has
like,
been
no,
the guys making great
I
plays
was
like
not
that
going to let that
behind
get
their
by me.
pitcher. They feed off of one another, make great pitches, make great plays defensively.
At the plate, warming Bernabel. In there for strike 1. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor
I don't know.
in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
That's a little bit low.
Damn it.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. Now only one out
One
remaining.
more out to
He's done a
go.
nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now we're 96
And
pitches.
here's the first baseman, Owen Miller. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. That one's in there, 0-1.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're...
He's out.
On to first.
All right, so we avoid elimination. We tied the series up at 2 with the shutout here by DJ Hurds, and we will look to hopefully maybe win Game 5.
Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory.
Hurds went the distance,
a team effort to
5
produce
hits,
a shutout.
5 Ks, 2
sometimes
walks.
you just got to tip your cap.
It was nice. It worked.
2-0 your final here in this one.
All right,
Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
We picked up the victory, of course. DJ Hurds was the player of the game. Won the distance. So we got Game 5 at home. It's going to be Chris Clark versus Caleb Booshley. We didn't win. We lost it 7-2. Wow. Yeah, it was bad. 3rd, 4th, and 6th inning is where we pretty much lost it. Clark goes 3 1/3. He gave up 5 runs, 4 earned. Gave up 8 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. Tyler Santana gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. And then that was pretty much it. Biloxi pitchers, Caleb Booshley, he went 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 1 run, struck out 8, walked 1. And then Tyler Herb ended up with the save for the victory. So, all right, as it stands right now, you see Houston beat New York and Toronto beat the White Sox to get in. The American League side of the DS series have not started. The National League sides have. St. Louis beat Milwaukee 2-1. San Diego beat Philly straight up 2-0. It's going to be division rivals in LA and San Diego. LA is already up 1 game. St. Louis and Atlanta. Atlanta's down a game. So the high seeds are ahead of the lower seeds. So we're going to see how this goes. Toronto and LA picked up victories over Tampa. Toronto beat Tampa, and then the Angels beat Houston. St. Louis picks up another win over Atlanta and San Diego, and the Dodgers are now tied at 1 game apiece. Houston and Tampa have managed to tie the series at 1 game apiece. St. Louis sweeps Atlanta 3-0. They will await the winner of the Dodgers and San Diego. And it will be the Dodgers. They won their series 3-1. The Angels are ahead of Houston 2-1. Toronto's ahead of Tampa 2-1. Let's see if we will what we might end up with for the American League Championship. It's going to be the Angels. The Angels moved on. They won 3-1 over Houston. And we will see a Game 5 between Tampa and Toronto. I want to see. That will take place on the 14th. That will be Alex Monahan I cannot say that. And then Shane McLaren, so that will be an interesting one. So let's see how it goes. And Tampa won it 3-2. Let's see. Let's take a look at the box score. They won the game 3-2. Let's see. Monahill went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, all 3 runs, walked 3, and struck out 4. For Tampa, McClanahan went 6 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 7, and then the bullpen pretty much chipped in for the most part until the 9th inning when Pete Fairbanks came in, shut the door, and that's it. So we will start the National League Series on the 15th, and then we'll pick up the American League Series on the 16th. So we'll see how this goes. The Dodgers picked up game 1 over St. Louis. They are now up 2-0 on St. Louis. It's Tampa with a 1-0 lead over the Angels. And Tampa is now up 2 games on the Angels. As we move forward, St. Louis picked up a game over the Dodgers and the Angels, and Tampa will be playing game 3 here shortly. Tampa, oh wow. Tampa is 1 win away from sweeping the Angels. The Dodgers are up 3-1 on St. Louis. This is nuts. And Tampa is going to win it 4-0 over the Angels. Wow. And St. Louis managed to force a game 5. Game 6 goes to the Angels. Dodgers. They won it 4-2, so it will be Tampa and LA in the World Series, and that will start on the 27th. So the World Series will start on the 27th, and we will run the first 2 games in LA till the 29th. So, alright, game 1 goes to Tampa. Game 2 goes to Tampa as we get ready to travel to Tampa Bay for game 3. Game 3. Oh wow. Tampa's up 3-0 on the Dodgers. How in the hell did that happen? Wow. Well, they won game 1 7-2. They won game 2 4-1. And then they won game 3 2-1. Next game, what could be the last game will be played on Halloween. And we will see just who manages to win this. Dodgers stave off elimination, winning game 4. Wow. Game 5 will be in Tampa. It'll be Kershaw and McClanahan. And God help us. We will see a game 6. They won game 5. So hang on. They won game 5. Kershaw got the victory. Phillips got the save. picking it back up on the third. And then, let's see. And then the fourth. So, Tampa will be looking to shut it down on the third. Rosmin versus Flores. If we go to Game 7, it looks like it's going to be Tyler Glasnow versus Walker Buehler. So, God help us if we end up at 7. And we're going to end up at 7. You've got to be kidding me. Yep, it's going to be Glasnow versus Buehler. You have got to be kidding me. Wow. I did not see this happening. Not to say that I didn't see the Dodgers in the World Series. I gotta be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to see the Rays in the World Series. Game 7. And the Rays have won the 2023 World Series 4-3. They won it 4-3. I cannot believe it. Wow. Holy crap. Damn. They won 4-3. This is insanity. I did not expect that to happen. Let's look at the awards, honestly. I want to look at... So, World Series MVP went to Brandon Lowe. He hit 308 with 5 RBIs. Postseason MVP for the National League went to Will Smith. For the American League, it was Brandon Lowe. So, Lowe ended up not only winning the MVP for the postseason for the American League, but he also ended up winning the World Series MVP as well. Holy crap. Yeah, that's saying something. So we're going to get ready to jump into the off season here. Okay, it says we're going to need to be looking for a new pitching coach. We either need to re-sign the one we have or hire a replacement. Probably going to be looking at a replacement, I'm just saying. Yeah. Let's view the retired players real quick. Let's see who's retired. Nobody from our staff is retired, it looks like. No one there. Keith Hembry of the Tigers decided to retire. Cesar Valdez of the Angels retired at the age of 39. Zach Neal of the A's retired. Mariners lost 5 players to retirement. Not really anybody that I am fully aware of. Ian Kennedy of the Rangers decided to hang it up at the age of 39. Charlie Morton decided to hang it up at the age of 40 for the Braves. Elieser Hernandez of the Mets is having to retire due to a poor rotator cuff at the age of 28. An unfortunate circumstance there. A few other players here, no one that sticks out. Rich Hill is retiring from the Pirates at the age of 44. Adam Wainwright is retiring at the age of 42 from the Cardinals. That's pretty much about it. Sean Newcomb is retiring from the Giants. I remember Newcomb when he was with Atlanta all those years. So, let's see. I see a decent number of players retiring due to poor free agent market that were free agents. Mark Abel is one of them. Madison Bumgarner is retiring. Robinson Cano is retiring at the age of 41. He has not played since 2022. Let's see who else. Anybody else that? Tyler Clippard, Robertson Chirinos is retiring at the age of 39. Tyler Clippard's retiring at the age of 39. Nobody else that I can see. Oh, Ross Detweiler is retiring at the age of 38. Darius Familia is retiring due to poor free agent market. Nobody else that I can see. Let me see. I don't see anybody else that sticks out by name. Yeah, oh, here we go. Ender Inciarte retiring due to bad free agent market. Tommy LaStella is retiring. And let's see, Mike Minor is retiring. Let's see, Bo Phillip. He's retiring at age 20. That's not what I was thinking of. Looks like that's about it. Because I don't see anybody else that sticks out. Oh, here we go. Anibal Sanchez is retiring at the age of 40. He did not play at all this year after playing the last 3 seasons with Washington. Miguel Sanchez is retiring at the age of 30 due to free agent market. Let's see. Nobody else. I don't see. Oh, Justin Upton retiring. He hasn't played since 2022 when he played that 1 season with Seattle. And that's it. That's all of them. So, yeah, it was an interesting market. That is the end of the retired players. Robertson Cano is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. He had a career that expanded from 2006 to 2023. He ends up with a lifetime average of 301, 51 steals, 1,306 RBIs, 335 home runs, 2,639 hits. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, as you said, we need a new, as it was stated before, we need a new pitching coach. We have David Ross still under contract. All of our coaches, except for our farm director, have at least 3-year deals. Like I said, we do need a new pitching coach. We do have exclusive free agents that we need to look at. We only have 4. And honestly, I am not sure if I'm going to keep them. I am not sure. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Mike Zunino did have a decent year this year. He had a 235 average for us in 70 games. So he might be somebody to look at. Michael Fulmer may be somebody we look at as well. Kind of, weighing our options a little bit, trying to see what we got. I don't expect Tyler Duffy or Shane Green to come back. But we will do that for the postseason. We will do that for the offseason. I will do a complete live stream for that. We will go from start to finish of the whole free agent, of the whole offseason. We will cover any and all trades, any and all free agent signings, any and all moves before we get ready to enter the 2024 season. Until next time, we share with the Chicago Cubs, and that'll be the show 23. Until next time, see you later.